Hey YouTube, Chance Paladin here. Wasn't gonna make a video today, but this came across my feed thanks to MF Armor, on Facebook. So it doesn't look like James Yeager is coming back to YouTube, and not only that, it looks like YouTube is doubling down. And I know like 3 or 4 channels now, maybe 5 channels within just the last couple days that have gosh darn it, cat, that have lost or that have got their first or second copyright strike. And it oh man, this is gonna be hard to talk with the cat. um so what Yeager's proposing, and a lot of people have tried to do this before, a lot of people wanted to do this before, to try to get their own YouTube made. Now, just from an IT standpoint, this is completely doable. Server farms are scalable and all that, and especially if you make even a little bit of money, it's totally doable. And if you look, this has only been up for a day or something like that, and he's already got almost half the money. That's because he has so many followers on YouTube and Facebook. But what I wanted to talk about is both that this is completely doable, for one, so this isn't like vapor. It's completely possible. It's not a scam. Another thing is he's done Kickstarter before, and I was a backer on his last one. It was like Ammunition or whatever. I actually have the little patch to prove it, and and it turned out good. He did everything he said he was going to do. Actually, probably did a little bit more than he said he was going to do. And I'm not going to trash talk other people who wanted to do like the documentary thing. I'm not going to do that. I never got explanations why those didn't work out after donating money, but his documentation series went actually really well, and like covered all the Bundy stuff early way on, blah 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 blah. And he's got a successful business, and he's ran several successful YouTube channels and a successful Facebook. So he knows how to successfully run something. So I'm not worried about that. My concerns are that he doesn't have a project manager, because down below here, he doesn't have any project management stuff. But he looks like he does have his pledges loaded, which is cool. And for this to have been successful outside his community, he would have had to add a lot more project management stuff. For example, outlining how security is going to be handled, how scalability is going to be handled. But I suspect, I mean, he's kind of like a gun guy and a business guy. He's not an IT guy or project manager guy. So I suspect what's going to happen is all that project management stuff is going to come out after he gets funded and after he throws the money at it, because there's probably not like a project manager assigned to it yet, and he says he has a platform picked out, but he hasn't told anybody what it is. I've actually looked at all these platforms before, and there are a couple that are really good. There are a couple platforms that make Facebook and YouTube look like ass. And if you picked any one of the 3 or 4 of those and got enough people on it, like even if you got 5 or 6 people on it, it would still be better already than YouTube. And so, what are some of the things that he said? He's going to have a pay side for super high quality stuff, and a freebie side for just the normal day to day. It's going to be for everybody. It's not going to just be for him. It's going to have all the blog stuff and the social media stuff and the video stuff. And won't have to worry about censorship. Won't have to worry about getting kicked off because you pissed somebody off. The cool thing is that he didn't just pitch this to gun people. This is going to be very much about freedom. And so I think it's going to cover the free media, or the... I just woke up. The independent media also. I don't think it's just going to be for gun channels, because the independent media is getting hammered right now. They're getting strikes every day. So, I know 2 independent media guys that got strikes within just the last couple of days. I know 2 or 3 or 4 gun channels that got strikes within the last couple of days. So, they're going for both. YouTube's going for both at the same time. All the while leaving, like, Young Turks alone and leaving Antifa alone. You can tell. You can tell which side they're on. It's so freaking obvious. And, they're not even looking at appeals. They're just denying the appeals. And they don't care. So I estimate, I've been telling everyone this for about a day now, I estimate within about 6 weeks, if it goes at this pace, we're not going to have any gun channels that's not Yankee Marshall, and then no independent media left within a couple weeks. I mean, maybe Temple and Lucas, maybe they're too big to go after, but I mean, they've gone after Lawrence Southern already, and definitely on Patreon, and so it's entirely possible. I don't know. I think there would be some backlash if they went after Tim and Lucas, but from We Are Change and Timcast, but I think they'll still do it. Maybe they'll take out a bunch of these other ones first, and then get the momentum going, but. Definitely the independent media and the gun channels are under a massive attack right now. And unfortunately, getting the audience moved over is going to be extremely difficult at first. But as long as not everybody is wiped out off of Facebook and YouTube, as long as even a couple people are left, they can leave the breadcrumbs for everybody. And all the site has to be is just a little easier and a little more intuitive and provide a bunch more functionality, and it will wipe the floor with Facebook and YouTube. And it'll be the biggest mistake that they ever made, because YouTube is a crappy platform. I make like 1 to 2 pennies per live stream. Like, that's it. And I've still never got paid by them. Facebook, good luck getting paid at all. So if this works, and he hasn't said how the pay model works yet, but I think here's the thing that I think we've found over the last 6 months is most YouTubers don't care about getting paid. They care about getting their content out, because they are content creators by heart. Getting paid is a secondary thing. And I've been making free content for years and years and years and years and years, and never got paid. Because they can hold your money like pretty much forever until you get up to a certain really high amount. And it's like Google AdSense all over again. So anyway, damn, my videos always end up being really long. The cat distracted me at the beginning. To summarize, I think James Yeager could do this no problem, because I think once he gets the money, he's just going to hand it over to a project manager. So I'm not worried about the management aspect, because James Yeager's been so successful in everything that he's done. The second thing is, technically speaking, I think, yes, this can be done, no problem. I've done a lot of investigation on my own, because I've talked to other people who've wanted to do this, and they all chicken out. They always chicken out. But James Yeager doesn't. He just goes full blast. Full speed, full power, which is fine. Full force. That's good. That's what you want. The only thing he didn't explain is how he's going to be able to keep the servers running, because he didn't say anything about getting advertisers. Now, do advertisers exist for this content? Yes, absolutely. That is the biggest lie that YouTube has perpetuated. All you got to do is look how many sponsors the NRA has. Look how many sponsors Coleon Noir has. Look at how many sponsors Hickok 45 has. The sponsors exist, right? The problem is the sponsors don't have anywhere to throw their money at. They don't have anywhere to throw their products at. That's why there's so many people showing the same flashlight all the time, which is fine. Like, who cares? It's actually nice, because otherwise, how the hell would you know whether a $30 flashlight is going to be okay, or if you need a $200 flashlight, right? But the problem is an oversaturation. But this way, you'd have it all in one place, and everybody could do their flashlight videos, or everyone could do their knife videos. You don't have to worry about getting demonetized. Everybody could do their gun videos, their ammo videos, or whatever, and could easily be sponsored by Mossberg, or sponsored by Remington, or sponsored by Springfield, or whatever. And just because the ad's running on the front doesn't mean that they have, like, subverted quality of the reviews or what have you, and differentiate between reviews and advertisements. And I think the money's there. I think the money's absolutely there. So James Yeager may have not done a great job at explaining all of this down in the About section, but you got to realize that that's not the kind of person he is. He doesn't really think about that stuff first. And it's not to say it's not important to him. It's just not there. And I think that it's there in his head. He's just not a project manager. He's not like an IT guy. So, and he doesn't need to be, because he can rally people around a cause without even having to do any of those things. That's the difference between him and so many other developers and producers that don't have everybody's confidence yet. So, but he has everyone's confidence because he's just done so many successful things, and I completely support it. If I wasn't literally getting foreclosed on and kicked out of my house in just a couple of weeks, I'd be supporting this and giving him the rundown of what he needs to do. But also, sometimes he doesn't listen to people. So also, I'm going to check the comments really quick and see what everyone's saying. Yeah, so this has only been going on for a day, and it's already almost 20,000. So I think the brand sounds awesome. I think it's completely possible to do. So I used to cover Kickstarters all the time, but I've been unemployed for 2 years, so I haven't been able to. But that doesn't mean I can't still make videos about them. I just haven't seen one worth supporting in a really long time. I take that back. Maybe there's been one or two. anyway, yeah, your responsibility to make videos and support independent creators never ends. Wow, 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 wow.